Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Nick, 49er Faithful 365. And I also have my homie Mike here at 49ers Mike _NFL. I'll get him here in a second. But before we go through all that, before we talk about this breaking news, let's go through these real quick formalities. If it's your first time here, hit that like and subscribe button. I'm going to do this really, really quick, guys. Give us a follow on Twitter and Snapchat, nothing but 9ERS. Facebook and Instagram, if you're following us on Facebook Live, make sure you go into the description, hit that link, allow them to see who you are so we can see who you are. That is Nothing But Niners, all spelled out. You can also check us out on the World Wide Web, nothingbutniners.com. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or want to send us some pictures of you in your game day attire or any type of attire for the 49ers, anything to do with the 49ers, you can email us at nb9ers@nothingbutniners.com. And without further ado, let me bring in my homie Mike here. Sorry about that. My computer started to ring because it's set up with my phone. So I apologize. That's a Mac thing. You know.
Yeah. What's
Mike,
up, Faithful man? It's breaking news. We got to turn on the lights, sound the alarm. Breaking news, baby.
I can't even see you with that. So, Mike,
man.
So the Niners made a roster move today. Obviously, we know that Jeremiah Valoaga has been up here for 2 weeks now, replaced the injured Demontre Moore, who we brought up after the Ronald Blair injury. So this position just keeps rolling around. But the Niners announced today that they have signed Anthony Zettel. I guess that's how you say it, or Zettel.
I was saying Zettel.
Zettel, Zettel. So whatever way it's said, guys, apologies. But another defensive lineman was drafted in 2016. He's listed at 6'4", 275. He's been in the league for 4 years with 3 different teams: Detroit, who he's drafted with, Cincinnati, as well as Cleveland for a year. So it looks like here 2016 was the year that he was drafted. He played 13 games, no games started there. He had 1 sack, 13 combo tackles, 10 solo tackles and 3 assists, 1 tackle for a loss, 1 quarterback hit, and a safety average of 1. 2017, 16 games started. That was the only year that he started all 16 games. 1 forced fumble, a fumble recovery, 6.5 sacks that year, 43 combined tackles, 31 solo, 12 assisted, and 11 tackles for a loss with 16 quarterback hits. Bringing up his average, I mean, huge, you know. And then Cleveland, he played in 15 games, never started any. 14 combined tackles, 7 for solo, 7 assists, 3 tackles for a loss, no sack, and no sacks. And then 2019 and 17, he was only there for 4 games in Cincinnati, and 5 combination tackles, 3 solo, 2 assists. For a career of 48 games, only 16 started, 1 forced fumble, 75 combined tackles, 51 solo, 24 assisted, 15 tackles for a loss, and 17 quarterback hits total. So that's pretty much what his career has been. Now, you know, we just did put out an article, and that in that article, you know, we mentioned that he is one of Chris Koseric's prodigies. So what are your thoughts on this whole thing?
Yeah, it's another, continuing with the trend of the Shanahan era. They make a lot of familiarity hires. This guy is someone that, like you said, 2016 with Chris Koseric. He knows his motor and everything. The guy has 1 speed and 1 move, and it's a bull rush. There's no spin. He's not fancy with his hands or anything like that. He gets off of the snap quickly and with a lot of vigor. You know, it's a quick, ferocious snap. He gets after it, and that is it. You're not going to see spin moves. You're not going to see him trying to swim guys out of the way or anything like that. He is a straight line type of guy, which can help in this wide 9 system. If he's lining up wide, he's going to be playing on the opposite side of Bosa for the most part, anyway. And he's going to be a rotational guy. That's what he is. There's a reason he's a rotational guy. If he could have ever developed any moves, can you hear me still?
Yeah.
Okay. If he could have ever developed any other moves, he probably wouldn't have been just a depth piece. but he's a one move type of guy, and it's effective. It creates some pressures, but that's about all you're going to get from him.
Yeah, like you said, this is a depth piece, right? And obviously, this is just a matter of effect to have somebody that they're more familiar with. Jeremiah Valoaga wasn't really doing much. He had one pass defense in 19 snaps on Saturday. They hasn't really been, a standoff the chart obviously guy. He's a backup, right? He's not a DeMontre Moore, even though DeMontre Moore was considered a backup. He still didn't play with the tenacity that DeMontre Moore played with, as well as Ronald Blair, obviously. We're getting to that ending. It seems to be D Ford will practice this week, probably not play this week in the game, but it hasn't been ruled out yet. So there's still a possibility of him coming back. Me personally, I'd rather just get through this one game and get him healthy, completely healthy going into the playoffs. So, to me, like you said, it's just a piece of just it's just that thread to hold on just a little bit longer until we can get that guy back.
Yeah, I don't think the team was happy with the results that they were getting from the snaps Valoaga got. Jeremiah Valoaga, he was in there for 20 snaps roughly last week, and just invisible, really. He's just a guy out there trying to keep the other guys fresh. The team made a concerted effort to keep the snap count low for guys like Buckner and Bosa and Armstead, and they succeeded in that. These guys went from playing almost 70 snaps to 51 and 50. You know what I'm saying? And so, but when you do sit someone down, you want to know, you want to trust the guys behind them can come out there and at least get a little bit of push or something. So we're going to need that. And let me tell you, straight line speed going up against Seattle is going to help. And I think this guy sticks around even into the playoffs. I don't think that he's just here until Ford comes back in the postseason. I think he's going to be here for a while, and he's going to continue to be a part of that rotation. I can see the Niners riding this wave unless DeMontre Moore can come back from his injury.
Let me ask you this question. I mean, obviously, I saw somebody ask, why not Kevin Givens? Well, Kevin Givens more plays the inside. He's not more of an end guy, so he's more of a defensive tackle guy. So that's why I don't think that we bring up Kevin Givens in this situation. But, just like you said, I think this is kind of just a hold us over type of thing until we can, get things going into the postseason. So I'm not sure where you went. I'm not sure if you but yeah, we have Contavious Street in the middle. So I think that's why Kevin Givens hasn't been brought up as well. But looking at Kevin Givens, he's more of a defensive tackle than he is a defensive end. So either way, we'll see what this guy looks like when he comes out. Otis says, I bet this guy looks way better than y'all think in Niner system. And, we'll see. We'll see what he is.
Wait. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I never said he's going to look bad. I said that his style is going to fit the Y9, and I said he's going to get pressures. And I said we're going to keep him throughout the duration of the playoffs. I didn't say he was going to be bad. So
no. I think they were just saying, like, he was talking to people in the chat, saying that it's not just going to be we may see a little more than what we think of what we're going to see from him. I think that's what he was basically touching on, meaning that he could be a great fill-in because of knowing Kocurek, knowing how this defensive wide nine plays, like you were saying, and then go from there. So you got anything else?
No, I'm sorry, man. My job keeps calling. I'm on call this week, and they were trying to reach me for something. I told them to call me right back. So if it knocked out the microphone, I apologize, guys. I'm trying not to let that happen. No, man, this is going to be a piece that, like I said, familiarity. They've done it on all phases of the team here, in all aspects of it: offensive line, tight ends, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, defensive linemen. We expected it. I thought maybe there was a chance we would see Ziggy Ansah because of the Chris Kocurek connection. Luckily for us, we didn't. And so, I thought maybe Ndamukong Suh could have been someone that they tried to bring in because of Kocurek. And here's another one of those pieces here. Valoaga, I believe Valoaga was one of them also, right? Wasn't he formerly with Kocurek in Miami? He came from Miami.
I believe so,
with Kocurek last year or something like that. So there are some familiarity things that this team does, and it's because this late in the season you don't want to teach a new system to somebody when we're going forward. It's too crucial of a time for you to be out there messing up and learning on the fly. So get someone who knows the system. You go out there, and it's a smart thing, especially for someone who's going to take 15 to 20 snaps a game. That's all.
Right. So Guys, that's your breaking news for today, man. Make sure you guys set that bell on your notifications if you haven't already. We should be bringing you another show maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow night. Well, actually, tomorrow night's Christmas Eve, so one or the other. If we're around, I know I have dinner tomorrow night for Christmas Eve dinner. That's how us white people do that thing, but
no, I'm going to my pop's house too.
Okay, good.
I'm going out.
Good. But yeah, so that should be quick. But if we don't get on tonight to talk about this upcoming week, got some things to talk about for this upcoming week, and also break down that Rams game a little bit more in depth with Mike coherent with me today, so we can talk about that. But other than that, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, guys, and make sure you set that bell for notifications, as well as give us a follow on Twitter, Snapchat, Nothing But Nine ERS, and Facebook and Instagram, Nothing But Niners, all spelled out. And head over and check out and share our latest article, www.nothingbutniners.com. It'll give you all the information that you need to know about Anthony Zettel, and that'll be it, man.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, you already know the deal. You went through it all, so let's get out of here. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
Always remain faithful.
We out of here. Peace.